Hi everyone. So today we'll be changing out the wiper blade motor to this Nissan Rogue. So the winters can be harsh here upstate New York. One morning it snowed. Actually, it rained, sleeted, and then snowed. So as I was about to go to work, I cleaned everything else out, and I totally forgot to do the rear windshield. So when I turned on the rear windshield wiper, I heard a popping sound, and initially what happened was the blade actually broke. Okay, thought it'd be an easy fix, and but I couldn't get and then I noticed that this thing, oh wow. So the bolt started to rust, and actually it was already rusted. I didn't think it would be a problem since I can get these little bolt extractors. Now the first one I got was from Harbor Freight, and the more I used it, the more rust came out, the more it was slipping. So then I figured I'd try another one, and this one was from, I believe, Lowe's, and it started to grip the more I turned. But what happened thereafter was that the motor inside, it must have snapped or popped. So now this thing kind of spins freely. So what would have been an easy job to do by changing out just the motor, just the wiper blade, now I got to do the motor. And so I did order one through Amazon. I'll just paste that here someplace. Okay, let's get to work. As I opened up the rear door, I did kind of remove this panel as well as this one to see where the screws are, but there really isn't. There's actually those white plastic snaps right there, and I'm sure there's one there, one here too, so I'm just not gonna take that off. Just gonna leave it on. On the outer part, you have these plastic snaps as well, and with a screwdriver, you can tell that the white stuff is the salt. There's a little slot right down there, and if you just kind of slowly pop it up, you can actually pull it out. And there you go. Now with that out of the way, these two, now I know in some models there's like 3 and maybe another one, a 4th one, but when you look around, there's nothing else that's holding it in, and that's on both sides. So it's just those rear ones. Now the last thing you need to do is take this part off. This is the handle, and again with the screwdriver, just slowly pry it out. And you don't want to just pop it out in just one direction, but you kind of want to just go all around. And then it's gripped on by more plastic underneath, but it should be easy to kind of remove slowly. So that's there. Just go underneath. There you go. Okay. And when you look at it, it's so that's what grips on right down over there, and it should be easy to pop right back in when you're done. Now, once that's completed, you should be able to slowly pull this out by removing it, starting from the back, and then kind of pulling out through the front. So what I did was just grab part of it there, and once you get it, you should be able to slowly pop it out. And that's the first snap there. Second one. So I'm gonna have to put this camera down because I can't do it with just one hand. So what it's hanging on right now is the the wiring to the light. Okay, so I just gotta put this down like this. Now that the rear panel is out, this is the unit that I'm gonna exchange it out. And again, here is the new one, okay? And it's really just being held by 3 bolts. You'll see there's one over here, here, and there's one underneath right there. Okay, so I'm still gonna keep it bolted on. And the main reason why is because I have to hacksaw this off. So it's gonna be a bit of a tight squeeze, but it is doable. Again, at this point, I don't care what happens to the motor. It's already broken. I can't get that stupid bolt out, so I'm just gonna have to file it down. Not file it down, but cut it off with the hacksaw. So let me grab it. Now, remember, the reason why I'm hacksawing this off is because although I have a good grip on the bolt, the motor is no longer locking it. So I'm just kind of spinning around counterclockwise, so I'm not really getting anywhere. So figured this is the best way. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of protect the windshield. I'll get some painter's tape and some pads, so at least I'm not kind of hitting the glass there. There it is. So now I should be able to slide it out from underneath after I unbolt the motor itself. Okay. So next step is to remove the connection, and there's a tab right underneath, right on top, that you just have to press down to unlock it. Thereafter, these 3 bolts, they also have a Phillips head on there, but I'm just going to use a 10mm socket wrench. That way I don't want it sliding. So once it's loose, I decided to use a Phillips. I have a better grip on everything. Okay. So the new wiper motor also comes with its own rubber grommet from the outside. I'm actually going to change it out because that one's old. Nothing wrong with it, I don't think, but might as well since we already have it. We already have it here, so basically you're just going to pinch it and just push it through. I'm going to take out all that paper, but I'm also going to clean the other side too with soap and water. Just so it has a good clean surface, not only on the outside, but also from the inside to insert this. And to insert this is the same way. You just want to, let's see, where is it? Let's see. So it'll be easier for us to insert it from the outside rather than going through, because it's tapered. It's got a tapered feel, so you're going to push it in for the outside. So again, what you want to do is you want to pinch it a little bit so you can squeeze one end in and then work the rest out. And there you go. That's it. So the installation process is basically just the reverse of the of taking it out. So you just want to follow the way it was before. Remember, the wire is right on this side, which is going to be on this connection, so it's going to be more towards. Shit. There you go. And then hold it up. So I'm just going to use a Phillips just to get the bolt in, the screw in. And then I'm going to tighten it with the socket wrench. So I tighten it, and there's just a little bit of a quarter turn afterwards. And that should be tight enough. Okay. The next step is to put the, connect that in. Now, once I connect this, which I'm gonna do right now. All right. I'm going to go to the front and turn on the car because I want to know exactly where the initial, where the wiper blade is going to be. So I don't know if this is already reset to where it needs to be. I don't want to put that blade in. Let me just show you. Because the blade itself doesn't have any grooves, okay? So once I place it in there, and this blade is actually new, it's the bolt, the nut itself is actually gonna push, or maybe, yeah, I guess it'll be pushing it into the groove itself, so it'll make its markings. But I have to make sure that this is where it is. I don't want to place it there, and then when I turn on the car, the resting is over. The initial resting is that way, and then I gotta pop it out again. Okay. Okay, and you can tell it's oscillating back and forth. Okay, so at least I know it's working, which is a good thing. So I'm gonna go turn off the wiper first and then the car. That way it'll set to where it needs to be. This thing is loud. Jeez. All right. Guess it is what it is. Next step is to place windshield wiper down. I put a little grease on this bolt, and it's primary. Actually, no, I should stick it on this thing too. But hopefully it, you know, because I know the last time I had to change this thing, the wiper blade that is, it was hard for me to remove because the rust formed on the arm itself. So at least with a little bit of grease, or lithium grease, that is, although it'll hold because it's gonna bite into this blade. If ever I need to change this again due to another harsh winter, at least it'll be a little bit easier for me to pull out. Okay, so put that in there. Now it's just a matter of tightening it. Now, I don't know exactly where it's supposed to, I know it's supposed to be like out of sight when you're driving, but I mean, this should be fine. I'm not that, again, it's just a wiper blade, so. That's it. You don't have to go too crazy with it. And there you go. So you're pretty much all set. And then when you look underneath as well, it's pretty much flush to where it needs to be. So it's good. So now there is a cap that goes over this, and I just place it on. Putting back the that thing of the panel is the same way as it's the reversal of removing it, and so you just pretty much just snap it through. Okay. Well, if you have any questions, let me know. If I did anything wrong, let me know. If you have any suggestions, the same. Okay. All right. Thanks.